Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to go and take a look at FUU right here. Now FUU, some of these hero characters from this batch, the names are just hilarious. It's FUU, Youth, Dogi Dogi, Fully Absorbed, right? So we've got a long line like of parentheses names over and over. This of course is going to be the... Well, this is eventually going to be the Rainbow Level 10 Link video, but I'm starting here. I just want to go ahead and Dokkan Awaken FUU, because I am going to use FUU in the showcase along for the 55% World Tree Blue Goku. So let's just go ahead and get Dogi Dogi Absorbed FUU Dokkan Awakened, and then now let's go ahead and Rainbow him after I'm done with the 55% video here, and then we'll get into the Max Links video too. Alright guys, we are coming back for FUU. Let's go ahead and give him the Rainbow Star. And this is the build that I'm going to be working with right here. A little bit of additional certainly could be good for FUU. You know, with additional supers, he does get damage reduction. I mean, you guys know the dreaded curse, though. It's a 50-50 that you get a normal or a super attack. Obviously, dodge is very good. FUU does have built-in crit. So I kind of would just rather go with that rather than having to give him crit. I think a lot of the heroes characters are just going to be very similar builds to this. This is what we're going to want to have with them. I think FUU, we'll see, but I think like him in like slot 2 or 3 with like a bunch of villains around, you know, where he's got like big bad bosses and stuff up. I mean, I think he could be fairly good defensively, right? I think so. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take a look at FUU here. Figure we jump into we could do the Janemba fight, we could do the Gogeta fight, just some tough fight. So we're gonna use, FUU here on Demonic Power. I think that one really good thing about some of these heroes, like villain side of the characters, like FUU, Mechikabra, and stuff like that, is that a bunch of them are on Demonic Power, so Slug's team, is gonna get a little bit of extra juice, which is helpful, and it's not just that FUU, Demigra, and Mechikabra are Demonic Power characters, but they're Big Bad Boss's Demonic Power characters, which is very, very good. So, I mean, this is certainly a concern. So, FUU, we're pretty much going to want to... Like, I think FUU should be fairly good, but it's just going to be in, like, slot 2 or slot 3, right? So, 2 key, 150% attack even start a turn. This is the thing I really don't like, and I think that this will make a pretty big deal. So FUU gets 50% attack and defense, and a 20% chance to crit per crossover or time traveler category ally on the turn. That's brutal. Now, it does include FUU himself, so he's always going to be at 20% crit and an extra 50% stats, but I do kind of think that that's a brutal ability to give him. Right, I don't know. Demigra's stuff doesn't feel quite as bad. Maybe it is. Then he gets 100% attack defense on super. He has an additional that has a 50% chance to be a super. Then an additional that has a 70% chance to be a super, and reduces damage reduction by 20%. Or he gets 20% damage reduction if there's another extreme class ally or a super class enemy. And then he gets 20% crit up to 40%, 20% damage reduction up to 40%. With each super attack performed. I hate that shit. Lately, people are trying to push a narrative that, like, oh, your additional luck is actually super fucking good, which is like, stop. Stop. I used FUU, like, one time, dude. The first situation, first time using FUU. Super, normal, and then a super attack that would have killed him, aimed at him, and that we hit him potential system dodge. Like, that shit is not fucking made up. Alright, link set here. We have Demonic Power, Brainiacs, Cold Judgment, Big Bad Bosses, Godly Power, Fear and Faith, Fierce Battle. Alrighty, let's see how we're going to do. Now, Slug attacking Janemba first is going to supercharge him. This is the friend Slug, so we're probably screwed here. Okay, that's pretty good by Slug. We haven't hit Janemba yet, so he hasn't had a chance to get, like, his power buff. So, I mean, if Janemba's going to super attack, funny enough, it's like... It's the most dangerous position, slot 1, but that happens to be where Janemba's at his weakest, since, you know, when you attack him each turn, you're, you know, increasing his damage. And then, specifically, when an STR character hits him, his damage goes up a lot. So, I mean, if FUU eats this, I'd love to see if we're gonna, double-digit tank this. Alright, super attack, give me another. Okay, additional normal. Okay. Okay, good. 70% came through. Okay, okay. That's, whew, whew. Got me nervous, FUU. Hidden potential system, additional super. Okay, beautiful. You guys know the deal. I, repeat myself over and over and over. Double digits. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good, because that's fully built up Janemba, right? So that's really good tanking. Eating those normals for double digits is good. But yeah, like I was saying, I repeat this over and fucking over and fucking over and fucking over, but, people pretend, people pretend I don't say shit at all. But when a character could super 4 times, you give me 3, I'm taking it every time. I'll always take 3. Okay, so we probably don't want, yeah, okay, let's do this. We're gonna need Demigra in slot 1. I'm a little... The one thing... I think Demigra is pretty good, but I think I am potentially concerned with him about, like, what happens in the Tech Pan slot right here, or if he's ever in slot 2 or 3. Which means... I mean, you guys know, if a character is, like, slot 1 dependent, their life cycle is nothing, right? Like, they're out of here within 2 seconds. Alright, so now that Slug touches Janemba, I don't know, if Slug gives us 3 hits, he could probably live the super, right? Especially if they're supers, too. Okay, yeah, good, good, good. Because Janemba does hit very, very hard. It's funny, I've actually seen a little bit of pushback lately, saying that the Janemba and Gogeta fights are not that tough, and I don't agree. No way. I don't agree. I think the Janemba and Gogeta fights are brutal, actually. Dodge it. Okay, Hirudegarn is scary, dudes. He's scary as shit. Okay, really good turn. Oh, beautiful placement for the super attack, too. Holy shit. Well, is it? We should be okay. We are probably okay. I mean, this is going to be fully built up Slug. Remember, Slug's domain is buffing all of our characters. Actually, we have... This is a full demonic power lineup. This is much better. Even from the day Slug came out, I mean, I do think that these 3 heroes characters, like, they're good enough. Again, this is a really tough fight. I do think Goku and Freeze is on a different level, but this is still a very tough fight. I think we should be okay. I think Slug should be okay. Let me look at this friend Slug. Defensive equip. That could be useful here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see. We'll save all the AGL orbs, rainbow orbs for Mechikabra right here. 9, pretty good, with 4 rainbows. That'll get us a full HP, too. Damn, we're only at 526? It's because we're rocking all these heroes characters, huh? And the banner unit? So, like, those 4 characters are all going to have, like, 13k HP or something like that. Yeah, that just doesn't work, man. Damn. It's just, like, when you have bosses that hit as hard as this guy does, like, good tanking is, like, 450k, and it's like, damn, we ate that well, right? Like, oh my god, Slug. Relax, kid. Damn, that was really, okay, holy shit. Okay, super. Yep, just keep supering. Okay, additional normal. Alright, the 70% came through again. Alright, yeah. Because it's all we need is for him to super twice. And actually, he gave us back-to-back turns of 3. I'll take that. Why is his damage so low? Is this damage low? I feel like it's low, though. I mean, to be fair, like, we've had Slug on rotation. I mean, we do kind of need him for slot 1. But, like, that, I mean, there's an extra 50% attack and defense and 20% crit we don't have access to. That's good double-digit tanking by Mechikabra, too, right there, by the way. I'll definitely take that. Yeah, I feel like his damage is low. Let's look at his super attack effect, which I think is very good. He does have a very good super attack effect, FUU. So, he greatly stacks attack, 50% defense for 1 turn, supreme damage, and then has a 50% chance to stun. So, I mean, I guess we could build his damage up. It's just, it's just odd. It seems like his damage is just low. Like, I don't know, like, it's not, like, that's not the determination I make towards if a character is good or something like that, right? But it's just, like, it seems low than I was expecting. Okay. Again, we'll, you know, we're just doing a demonic power run first. And then we'll do a hero, probably a heroes run. I mean, well, we need to either heroes or time travel. Time traveler is, I think, terrible. Time traveler is probably worse than hero. Well, I mean, I don't know. I sort of hope Trunks is just, he's not good, right? Like, all right, Slug looking great on this demonic power team. Slug is really good, dude. Damn, I just, if only AGL Vegeta was just a little bit better, just a little bit more like Slug. I think AGL Vegeta's a little overhated, but he's got major flaws. Slug is just a fucking cannon, dude. Like, yeah, I love Slug. He's so good. Yeah, like, we're fine right here, bro. Like, this is nothing. We could dodge it, though. A bitch. We love it. I don't know that matters too much, though, because, I mean, we're dodge or die right here. There is a 0% chance they could take even one normal from Janemba. One normal from Janemba, and we're cooked. So, let's hope that's not going to happen. All right. Okay, yep. All the supers are cool, but the dodge is all I care about right here. Okay, additional normal, sure, but okay. Okay, we're looking good. All right, we should be able to catch our dub right here, yeah. Probably not. Wait, where did he super again? Oh, dude. Let's not use this active. Hurrigarn, what's your defense? Okay. Wait, it's not. Oh, okay. So, oh, it's a high chance. Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay. So FUU has one more ability. I don't know, like, how good this is on him. Okay, so he has a high chance to turn all orbs into AGL and tech. And I think it's a very good ability, right? To turn one half of the field into AGL, one half of the field into tech. The reason that, like, I've always hated Tech Ribrianne's orb changing, LR Tech Ribrianne. I hate AGL Vegeta's orb changing. Because they change all these orbs, and then they get cleared by a character in slot 1, and then the orbs for the rest of the rotation are typically hurting. This is pretty good, though, because it's going to give us 2 giant paths of orbs. So multiple characters can actually eat, right? Another example would be like LR Bulma's active, right? Like sometimes there's a little bit of risk by putting LR Bulma in slot 1, using your active in slot 1, and then we don't have orbs for the slot 2 and slot 3 characters, right? So I like this now, where we're introducing characters who will change the full field into 2 different types of orbs. That's pretty good. Like AGL Vegeta, if you gave AGL Vegeta that exact fucking ability, he's a lot better, I think. Like seriously. Like he'd be, I think, a better character. It still would hurt because he'd take away the rainbow orbs, which a lot of characters on his team want, but blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that's a high chance of ability. I don't know why FUU has it, though. Maybe to set up Mechi Cabra, I guess? I guess, but I don't know. It's a weird ability. I mean, I like it, but I just don't know what it's really doing for him, right? Or I guess or it's probably set up for Demigra. Like the point is Demigra slot 1, FUU slot 2, I guess. And it's just like we'll give you some healing or something. I don't know. All right, now FUU, keep in mind is that's a hidden potential super. Okay, close it out. Nice. FUU is giving Slug big bad bosses. So it's like there is reason to run him. Because remember, big bad bosses is kind of a double-edged sword, right? Like, big bad bosses it is the best link in the game. But it's so good that you have to use it. Like, you have to bring big bad bosses characters. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, FUU looks good. Him tanking those Juice Janemba normals, that looks pretty good to me. I like that. And we saw Mechi Cabra tank those normals. Pretty good. Let's head to a heroes team now. Figured we should probably show this screen, but that loading time, like, sometimes that could last, like, up to a minute after clearing an event. So, like, I gotta just keep, always remember to pause right there to skip that long loading. Yeah, let's do a heroes run. I mean, we'll go into a weaker fight so we can just kind of see, like, FUU's abilities. We did a real run. Now we can kind of go to, like, the Bojack Dokkan event or something like that. I probably want to get FUU next to Dark King FUU, because that's going to give us 7 out of 7. That's a 7 out of 7 linking partner, right? So we'll probably go do that. All right, guys. We're just going to jump over into here. Oh, look, Eos's stun ability triggered. Okay, sure. So how well exactly do we link up with Demigra? Very good. So, I mean, I guess, again, the Orb ability, the intention is probably this, to pair Dark King, Demigra, and FUU together, right? I mean, for the rest of this run, we're going to pair FUU up with Dark King FUU, though. So, all right. Let's just do this. So, keep in mind now, in this, like, kind of like position, we're going to have that full ability for FUU up, which is the extra 50% attack and defense, and then 20% chance to crit per crossover or time traveler ally in the same turn. And again, that should include FUU himself, so that's going to be an extra 150% stats and 60% crit. So once FUU supers twice on the turn, he'll be at 100% crit, by the way. 334. But yeah, I think he seems pretty good. I mean, he's obviously not a character that's going to be able to go slot 1 for some of these problem spots, but I mean, I think FUU with like a dodge build as like the second or third character on like, again, like if he's like in slot 2 or slot 3 on like Slug's team, like, I mean, he should be fairly capable. The fact that these guys all have big bad bosses, like, it fucking matters, man. Like, it's, like, that shit is good, right, for Slug. It really matters. So, like, now we're just introducing, you know, a bunch of capable, because I've found that, like, the demonic power restriction for Slug, like, it's a little annoying. And then, you know, like, Bojack's restriction is a little annoying. So, it's nice to get more reinforcements for some of those restrictions, to make it a little bit easier for those characters, which FUU, Mechikabra, and Dark King Demigra seem to do. Alright, guys, so we're here for another rotation. Next turn, we'll be able to have Dark King FUU next to... Oh, by the way, his name, I haven't really made a point of this, but, of course, his amazing name here. FUU, Youth, Dogi Dogi, Fully Absorbed. Ridiculous. Okay. Alright, let's see. So, remember, FUU could give us 4 supers. I mean... Oh, yeah, with Demigra in slot 2, we are getting support for FUU, actually, now that I think about it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look what the attack stats are going to look like for FUU right here. He could do 4 supers, so there's going to be 3 per turn, which will be good because he is going to be greatly stacking attack. Yeah, okay, so those attack numbers are going to be low. Is this guy even going to help against Goku and Frieza? I don't know. I don't know. Because him being AGL helps so much to do damage against Goku and Frieza and get through their threshold. No hit him, it's in the system right there, right? But like he is stacking. So 15 million with a crit, that's like type neutral. That's what a type neutral character needs to be. I've seen like AGL, transformed AGL Broly do damage to Goku and Frieza below the 15 million attack stat before. So, you know, with the true type advantage, you know, they'll be able to get a little bit more damage in. We'll see. And again, I mean, I know people are crying about me mentioning Goku and Frieza, but like we're just, dude, next year, people are going to be mad about the Dark King Goma Daima boss. That's the hardest fight in the game. And, oh my god, more matters than Dark King Goma. Like, yeah, man, time is a flat circle. We're just repeating the same fucking shit over and over and over, man. We know. The standard is the standard. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep bringing up the Goku and Frieza fight because that's what matters. And that's what we will be transitioning from that as toughest fight to a new toughest fight, which is going to be more toxic, more difficult. So it's like, it's pointless to just... Anyway, let's just come back next turn. Let's do that. All right, guys, this will be a really nice rotation right here. So we'll be able to get a lot of support from Dark King FUU. And then, of course, we're going to get some nice support from Demigra in slot 2 or 3. And then, oh, by the way, we have all of our links activated. Ooh, look at that. 4 attacks, 4 supers. Oh, my God. Please. Never change that. Holy hell. Please. Please, FUU. When we go to Goku and Frieza, oh, my God, make sure that's what he's doing. I will fall to my knees in prayer, FUU. Please, man. Please keep that up. All right, let's go. All right, let's see what this attack stat is. So remember, okay, so now he's up to 15 million. I mean, all links up. Huge monster amounts of support. All right, there. Yep. Okay. Never mind. Triple normal. There we go. Oh, there goes. Yeah. There we go. Yep. That's what I'm used to. Super 3 normals. Okay. What if we come back? I'm just gonna cut and come back maybe on like turn like 12 or 13 or something like that. Remember, he does greatly stack attacks, so again, we'll come back in a couple of turns, let him stack up a little bit, and see what he gets up to. FUU seems pretty good to me. I think he's solid. I like what FUU, Mechikabra, and Demigor can provide to Slug's team, right? We have a crystal clear defined role. I think they could be an asset for sure. The only thing that is hurting, though, is like running all of them, or like I don't know about running all of them at the same time. I mean, we did win. We beat Janemba with all of them. But again, that HP, dude, oh my god, it starts to get their stats are just so low, right? And we could put, remember, Angela and Metamacha in the same bag as well, right? Because it's like all these heroes characters all basically have just like banner unit stats. All right, guys, we're coming back. We finally, for the first time in the video, got FUU's orb changing ability to actually trigger. So we'll be able to go ahead and get this on screen here. Funny enough, it's actually going to hurt with Dark King FUU's ability, right? Because remember, he needs STR orbs. Oh, whoops, here. Let me come back. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, I gotta make sure not to get those loading screens in here. Okay. So here we go. And then bam, that's what the orb changing looks like. Again, I don't think that this shit is really too good. Like right now. Like, I guess this is the intended way, right? So we get some orbs with Demigor, we get some orbs with FUU. I mean, with all those same type orbs, we get some healing. Their start of turn stats aren't their craziest ever, though. Yeah, unfortunately, we are reaching right around the point where we're going to get the Dokkan attack, and we're going to kill Paragus regardless. So let's... I guess we could do this, and maybe hope that some STR orbs would spawn in. Let's see. No. Okay. Well, we are still getting some support from Dark King FUU. What are we at with Youth FUU? Well, okay, I mean, if we're going to do 14 attacks... and we're going to get 10 supers, I'm taking that. Please replicate that when we're going up against, what's his name? Goku and Frieza. Please replicate that when we're doing that fight. All right, let's see. What do we got here? He's up to 20 million. So, I mean, he's going to have a really nice chance to crit, too. I mean, with these additional supers, you know, he's going to be doing guaranteed crits. So, like, there is a path to where maybe like he gets a lot of supers early on, and then like the blue Gokus just have like a great turn, and we could maybe, you know, with good RNG, good, you know, with the crits and additional supers, we could potentially take Goku and Frieza out fast before we get sniped by their damage. It might come down to like a hidden potential system dodge or die against their super once, though. Like, we might need to get one dodge of their super in to do it. We'll see, because it's like bringing Pan and some of these, it's going to be iffy, man. But there we go. There was FUU. FUU, to me, seems pretty good. I think he actually seems pretty good. All right, guys, let's go and take a look at FUU's kit right here. Let's see what the boy is rocking for us. So this is Dark Barrier that isolates all. FUU, Youth, Dogi, fully absorbed, okay. Leader skills, Time Traveler, Category Key 3, 130% of stats. Passive skills, the universe created by FUU. So he gets 2 key and 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets 50% attack and defense and a 20% chance to crit per crossover or Time Traveler category ally in the turn. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't exclude himself. So this is always up, at least for himself. Right, so that's another 20% crit chance right there, but I don't know. I mean, I felt like his stats were definitely looking a little bit better once we had that all the way up, but I'd have to go back and double check. Like, he was tanking fine against Janemba, right? And, like, on a lot of those turns, like, we were running slug in slot 1. So it was fully built up Janemba that FUU was getting hit by, and he was tanking it for nothing, right? Then he gets 100% attack and defense on super attack. Then he has an additional that has a 50% chance to be a super. And he has an additional that has a 70% chance to be a super. And he also gets 20% damage reduction if there's another extreme class ally in the turn or a super class enemy. Now, remember, this is the thing where there's restrictions that you could feel and are very bothersome. And then there's restrictions that you just don't really feel. I don't think that this is a big deal. Like, you're not going to feel this. He's a big bad boss's character. You're running him with another villain, right? So, like, this is one of those things that barely counts as a restriction to me, I think. And currently, superclass enemies is almost all of the tough fights, right? So, the main, if we pull up the channel here, the main 4 fights, Bojack was the last one we did. Goku and Frieza, Bulma, Janemba, and Gogeta. So, of the villain fights of those 4, kind of like the 4 toughest fights, I think, Janemba's obviously a villain the whole way through. And then the Goku and Frieza phase, it goes extreme class phase, super class phase, extreme class phase, super class phase. So, it's 50-50, right? The 2 Golden Frieza phases do count as a villain phase. But, my point is that against almost all the toughest bosses right now, you're going to have that up anyway. So that's good. He has a 20% chance to crit up to 40% and 20% damage reduction up to 40% within the same turn with each super attack performed. For, y'all could, oh, it's so easy, man. Sure, dude. Whatever, man. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I know when I'm going into, like, the really scary fights, I am petrified. So we're going to get his first super, right? Just supering. Boom. 20% damage reduction right there. It's going to be a big deal to get that extra damage reduction to knock us up to 60% damage reduction. And he's going to have good defenses too with like that right there and then this right there and stuff like that. Especially if he gets a bunch of additional supers. But it's like, damn it. And like some of these scary moments like this is going to matter. Like we saw it yesterday. It was in the Demigra video, yeah. Where it's like, first turn I use him, he, chokes, and then it's going to be instant death if not for dodge right there. And then finally, he has the 50% chance to change all key spheres to AGL and tech key spheres, starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. Now, I don't think that this is like a real super impactful ability for him. I don't think it's going to hurt, but it is promising to me because this could be very interesting on, like a different, like Dokkan Fest Vegeta, AGL Dokkan Fest Vegeta, Scouter Vegeta, the Dirty Fireworks Vegeta. If he had, like, if he was doing that, it would be much better. Like that, so that's interesting. That's interesting. Then he has his super attack, the Remote Serious Bomb. He stacks 50% attack. Gets 50% defense, supreme damage, and then a 50% chance to stun. So obviously, very, very good super attack. Super attack effect: 50% attack, 50% defense, 50% chance to stun. Could be useful for Battlefield or Super Battle Road. The Heroes team obliterates Battlefield Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler, can definitely be challenging. The Heroes team washes him easily. The link set for FUU is Demonic Power, Brainiacs, Cold Judgment, Big Bad Bosses, Godly Power, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. So here's his best linking partners. Demigra is definitely good enough to run. So there's that. Dark King FUU, we could get away with running him. It's built around dodge. Meki Cabra is obviously good enough to run as well. So, I mean, we do have a couple of characters who are legit that we could run. Depending upon where it is, we could probably use Super Saiyan 3 Rose as well. I haven't used him much. I feel like mostly ever. I don't think I've really used him too much, but, I mean, he's not, well, I mean, he wasn't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about Super Saiyan 3 Rose. Not really too sure there. 12 key multiplier, 150%. Again, they all have that, which is good. I should point out he has the absolutely horrendous, awful stats. All these Heroes characters, it's just, I really wish they didn't do that, because in 2020, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Broly on the layout, they did not have that problem. They had good stats, and that's why their EZA character stats are ridiculous, right? But then after that, I guess they thought like, whoa, that's way too good Can't do that again. We got to make sure to artificially shaft the heroes characters for some reason. I got no clue. All right, so there's that. Here's his 200% leaders. UI Goku's team, huh? I mean, there are Big Bad Boss's characters over there. Because Entrusted Will, like Piccolo Jr. and Garlic Jr. are on Entrusted Will. Obviously, Realm of Gods. I mean, yeah, like FUU and Meki Cabra and stuff like that. They're on Realm of Gods. I mean, we probably could do that. Just run like a Tech UI Goku team. His domain would hurt FUU and Demigra and those characters, though. Because remember, it's, you know, they're going to be taking extra damage. Right? Domain, I do not remember domains super well. Okay, so there's that. No, okay, they just wouldn't get the buff, but it wouldn't directly hurt them. Okay. I mean, it would hurt them if we're going up against like Goku and Frieza or something like that who are getting buffed by that, but they're not directly going to take more damage from it. Okay, so that's good. All right, so there's all that. Finally, let's go ahead and take a look at FUU's categories here. So FUU has some interesting categories, actually. This is not bad. So for starters, he's on Time Travelers. I guess Time Travelers probably is going to be a lot better with a lot of these newer Heroes characters. Some of the Heroes characters, they're pretty good. I mean, I do kind of wish that the Blue Goku was a little bit better, but like Demigra and FUU and Eos, I mean, I kind of like them all so far. We only have one more character showcase to do, and that's Bardock, the Warrior in Black. Then, of course, FUU is on the Realm of Gods team. Where, I mean, we do have some Big Bad Bosses characters here, including, like, Fusion Zamasu and stuff like that. Then there's also Transformation Boost he's on. So, I mean, again, he's on a lot of category teams, FUU, right? There's also the Youth category team. That's interesting. I will take any buffs we can get to the Youth category team. You know, for some Youth mission, maybe he could be good. Maybe it's a boss that we could stun or something like that. You never know, right? Then he's also on the Dragon Ball Hero team, which we know is... That's it, unfortunately, coming to an end. Then there's also Battle of Wits. Yeah, Battle of Wits category, okay. Very good. He's also... Oh, here we go. This is Power Absorption, right? This is the Power Absorption category. Anytime we get a character... This is the thing with the Heroes characters. Oftentimes, a lot of them are so goofy and they could buff some of these, like, niche categories. That's why them having the heavy restrictions like they do a lot of times is always such a bummer. Because it's like, you know, you look at categories like Youth and Power Absorption. Those are not buffed that often, right? Then FUU is on the Crossover category team as well. FUU is also on... Oh, yeah, Accelerated Battle. He's on Accelerated Battle as well. Okay, so there's the Accelerated Battle category. That obviously would have a lot of villains and stuff like that, you know, to be able to get Big Bad Bosses up. And then finally, he's on Demonic Power. I assume when we're using FUU, it's mostly going to be on the Demonic Power category. But we'll see. We'll see how things are going to go. So let me know what you guys think of, again, what is this? This is FUU, Youth, Dogi, Fully Absorbed. I mean, he seems pretty good to me. I think he's solid. I think that these summonable Heroes characters, they're solid. All together, the team is going to struggle badly, I think. But, like, the individual characters are decent. It helps that they all pretty much have teams off of the hero team that we could use them on this year. Which, in years past, has not been the case. So, that's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all next time.